Hi guys, we're back again. We are shooting on a roll. Have to do 30 episodes in 30 days. I fell off the wagon and now I'm back with a bang with a new strategy. What I'm going to do is like shoot in batches, edit in batches, and then post ahead of time. That way I'll be able to have a breather and be able to balance all the different moving pieces in my life. Between family, between career, and everything, Yeah, so today we're talking about how to make money on YouTube. Ooh, nice one, right? Yeah, so there's lots of ways that you can make money on YouTube. Most creators believe that the only way that you can make money is by YouTube paying you once you've hit the threshold of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. It's not the easiest thing. It seems simple, but it's not. So what if I told you that there's other ways that you can make money on YouTube that has nothing to do with AdSense and has nothing to do with your number of subscribers? Yeah, this will come as a shock for many. I come from a design communications and advertising background, so I'm able to speak more about advertising and the changing trends in terms of new media, which is social media. So the different ways that you can make money from YouTube are: number one, sponsorships; number two, product placement; number three, user-generated content. And number four is political campaigns. Yeah, these are all ways that you can create money from YouTube. And also number five is selling branded merchandise. Yeah, and then number six, wow, there's so many different ways. I had no idea. My skeleton had like 4, but as I'm talking to you guys, I have remembered others. So other ways that you can also make money on YouTube is by making and selling digital media content, programs, trainings. For example, a friend of mine was asking me how I edit my videos. Now, because I'm from a design background, this means that I will predominantly be working around Adobe Creative Suite. Yeah. However, Adobe Creative Suite is a bit technical. Actually, not just a bit. It's very technical. So for a beginner, it can be overwhelming. Yeah. So in order not to be discouraged, you can use the software that's customized for beginner level. For example, CapCut. Yeah, anyway, let's dive right in. So the first one is YouTube and AdSense. You can only get your earnings from YouTube and AdSense after you have crossed the threshold of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So what are the other ways that you can make money? Let's look at a dictionary definition for the word sponsorship. The position or function of a person or group who vouches for, supports, advises, or helps fund another person or an organization or project. Sponsorship. Product placement. Oh, I forgot. There's also endorsement. Endorsement, definitely. And then user-generated content. And then political campaign strategy. So we'll start with YouTube and AdSense. Once you've crossed the threshold of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, YouTube will now start running adverts during, before, or after your content. This means that they're going to pay you. The money that they give to pay you out is part of the revenue that's collected from advertisers. Yeah. If, let's say, for example, you're trying to watch my video, and at the beginning you find an advert for like Coca-Cola, or like who's big in advertising, or like a telecommunications company, or like all those companies that are big on advertising, it means that a fraction of the earnings that were paid by that company will be paid unto you by YouTube. That's how the business model works. Yeah. Your job is to create content which will actually be a platform for the advertising to be placed upon. Yeah, so that one is kind of like straightforward, right? We all know how that one works. So let's talk about product placement. Product placement is a form of advertising where within content, a product placement is a type of advertising where a product or service, an advert as a product is placed inside content or media in order to provide advertising that's indirect. Yeah. If, let's say, for example, I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you, and my journal, if, let's say, for example, I have a product placement with a big corporation like MTN. This is their corporate color. So imagine if this book had their logo. Yeah. I'd constantly be reinforcing brand visibility to you guys, so that subconsciously the company is embedded into your subconscious mind, so that when you need to make the decision between picking amongst all the telecommunications company, subconsciously it's already been established in your mind that you should pick this company. You get it? Yeah. If you remember Iron Man. I loved Iron Man. I loved Iron Man so much. So in Iron Man, you can see that the car that he's using, was exactly. So do you see how subconsciously you believe that that car is superior? You believe that that car has like extra special features just because subconsciously it was planted in your mind. Yeah. Audi was constantly being placed through the movie, so that subconsciously viewers will be able to believe that Audi is definitely a superior brand, and should they be in the position where they need to make a purchase, they will definitely consider Audi. You get it? Yeah. So that's how a product placement works. A product with its label is definitely shown. So while you're busy minding your own business, like watching a movie or like watching content, constantly you're seeing that logo of the company or product flashing through the content. So subconsciously it's established into your subconscious mind, and then when the moment comes for you to make a purchase, subconsciously through brand memorability that has been established through product placement, you're able to pick that product or service as opposed to the others. That's how product placement works. Yeah. And then the next one is sponsorship. How does sponsorship work? Sponsorship can be used in collaboration with product placement, or it might be used independently. What does this mean? It means that, for example, in the space for content creation, sponsorship may be like a company making a payment, to facilitate the production of that content. So how does the product benefit? How does the product or the company benefit? The company or the product will benefit by the creator constantly mentioning the product or the service. Yeah. The creator has to talk repeatedly about that product or service, because they received a payment to be able to push their brand. Yeah? Because remember, advertising is about memorability. The more a product is flashed in front of you, subconsciously, it's going to be established into your subconscious mind. Yeah? So the more that these logos and companies... So the more a product is flashed in front of you subconsciously, it is established in your subconscious mind. So that when you need to make a purchase, subconsciously you find yourself going for the products that have been mentioned or placed inside the content. That's how sponsorship works. And if you're a company looking to invest, I support this channel. Yeah, okay, jokes aside. So if you're a company that's looking for creators that you could collaborate with through your sponsorship budgets, I hope that you will consider Tales by Africa. Right. Next one is user-generated content. Just as the name suggests. Am I talking too fast? Okay, it's because I'm subconsciously trying to make too many episodes. Let me try and slow down. Have you guys tried the breathing exercise? Yeah, you should try the breathing exercise. It helps you calm your nerves when you're battling anxiety. Yeah, so you just breathe in, hold, and then out. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Do it like 10 times. Suddenly you find yourself calm and less nervous. Right. So we're talking about user-generated content. As the name suggests, user-generated content is basically creators showing how products or services are used. Yeah? Either how they are used or what their personal experience was like when they were handling the product or that service. Get it? You remember when we were growing up, like each time you were to engage with a new device, an electronic device, even non-electronic ones, you know how there'd always be a manual, and like you take time to read the manual, make sure you've understood what the manual says, then you try to put together the product and then use it. In this day and age, how many people do you know that read a manual? People no longer read manuals. Yeah. Okay. Also, maybe perhaps it's because of it's because of the way the products are designed with UX design. But then also, do you know how you can figure out how to use a product without reading the manual? It's by watching other creators on the internet show you how it's set up. Yeah, that's user-generated content. One episode I have made about user-generated content was about setting up a ring light. Yeah, I'll continue to make more user-generated content as we continue on this YouTube journey. Hopefully with you by my side, we'll do this together as a team. Okay? Yeah. So that's how user-generated content works. You give an honest opinion of how to use a product. Yeah. And preferably you shouldn't have been paid. Yeah. In the beginning, you're not supposed to be paid. So that you are definitely speaking authentically. Yeah. Remember, YouTube is about authenticity. Yeah. So products, eventually when you have a good following, or even if you don't have a good following, if you're just really good at it, companies will be sending you like PR packages for you to do it, for you to make content about what your experience has been about the product, or service. Yeah, that's how user-generated content works. It's basically about making content of you engaging with the product, setting it up or using it, and then sharing what your experience has been like. And then, this is like a lot of manufacturing has moved to China. Like literally everything around you is made in China. And then, have you noticed that sometimes some of the manuals are difficult to understand? If you even try to read the manual, you find that because of the language barrier, there's some errors in like the wording. Yeah. Now, if you just come to YouTube and type the name of the product, sometimes you will be able to find a video that has been generated by a content creator, and it will be so much easier for you to understand. Yeah. So you could get into smart collaborations with manufacturers in China so that you can make user-generated content for them to help their clients be able to understand without the complication of a manual, be able to understand how the product or the service works. Yeah. So yeah, that's how user-generated content works. You don't even have to have like 1 million followers. You don't even have to have like 1,000 or more. As long as you're really, really good, as long as you have demonstrated your capability, companies would definitely reach out to you. And then another way for you to make content, see all these methods that I have shared are typically the company coming to you. Did you know that you can also go to the companies? Yeah. Just make sure you have established what your value system is in your content. Yeah. Most companies usually like to collaborate with content creators that have an image of family values. Most companies like to associate with creators whose value system has a strong base in family values. So you have to make sure that the message you're pushing out is that you are a family value oriented creator. You get it? So if you are like a value oriented creator, you can't be showing content about, for example, gambling. For example, explicit content. For example, you get what I mean? Yeah. So while you're doing the whole YouTube thing, you have to remember that it's long term. Like don't only think about the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours. Think long term. Yeah, it might just be a hobby for you, or you might just be trying to see how it goes. But if you have like understanding of how advertising works, like possibilities are limitless. You get it? Yeah. So, and then the last point is political campaign strategy. In the past, you know how advertising, prime time, like with the evening news, was like the best time to advertise something. So if it was a campaign season, this is where individuals would be investing heavily to make sure that they get that time slot to be able to advertise, because everybody would definitely see the advert. But now everybody has run to the internet. Yeah, and the most effective way, as compared to sponsored ads, using content creators seems to be having a much better effect, right? Now remember, even people that are into politics also like to associate with people, companies, products, or brands that are family oriented, you know? So make sure that your ideology, like your personal branding, demonstrates that you are a family oriented person. This will literally open the door for you to limitless possibilities. Yeah. Which one have I forgotten? Endorsement. Endorsement is also super powerful. How does endorsement work? Endorsement means that you're getting someone with an authoritative voice or brand to declare that a product or a service is the best thing ever. Yeah. Now, remember, companies are big on family-oriented, partnering family-oriented programs and creators, right? So remember, like Tiger Woods. Remember, he had like huge contracts with like Nike and like Rolex. Yeah, because he was like the top athlete at that time, right? And he was supposed to be married, and the whole time everybody thought that he was a family-oriented person. But then with the infidelity case, and you all know how that went. So ended up losing those endorsements. Yeah. Endorsements mean you have like an audience of people who listen to everything you say. So you are endorsing that product as one that you would associate with. Yeah. Endorsement usually actually carries the most amount of payments in terms of advertising. Yeah. So work hard on building your brand, and who knows, you could get this. You could get those endorsements. I wish I get the endorsement for Nikon. I wish I get an endorsement for Nikon. I love Nikon so much. Yeah, guys, that's it. Ways that you can make money from YouTube. It's not just about the 1,000 subscribers or the 4,000 watch hours. It's definitely a way that you can make passive income, as we shared in that episode that went up a few days before today. Thanks for your time, guys. If you haven't yet pressed the subscribe button, please do, because it's the best way you can support the channel. Thanks for your time, guys. Have a wonderful week ahead. God bless. Bye.